2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday the 25th of February and it's Quiet Day. And a big happy birthday to Neil Jordan, Chelsea handler Lee Evans and Tia Leone. Thursday saw Russia's invasion of Ukraine underway, with missile strikes and rocket fire raining down on cities across the country and dozens of casualties. That's continued overnight, with Russian forces closing in on Kyiv. President Putin says that Russia didn't really have a choice but to invade, as a rather nervous-sounding translator explains.
We were not given any other chance to act otherwise. Risks in the security area. We couldn't react any other way. All our tries, it was complete zero. And I would say I'm really surprised.
Ukrainian forces spent the day and night fighting back the attackers in the skies over Kyiv and at Hostomel airport nearby. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has declared martial law and called on all citizens to come and get weapons to fight for their country.
We are already handing out weapons and will hand them out to defend our country to everyone who wants and has the capacity to defend our sovereignty. The future of Ukraine depends on every citizen.
There were also protests around the world in support of Ukraine. And perhaps most surprisingly, huge numbers of Russians turned out to protest in major cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg. And Russian opposition leaders also spoke out against Putin's actions, including Vladimir Kara-Murza.
This is not Russia's war. This is not our war. This is yet another adventure by the bloodthirsty and deranged Kremlin dictator by the name of Vladimir Putin.
The UK continued to offer support to the Ukraine with a televised address from Boris on Thursday morning.
Our worst fears have now come true, and all our warnings have proved tragically accurate. President Putin of Russia has unleashed war in our European continent. A vast invasion is underway, by land, by sea and by air.
He followed up in the House of Commons with more comprehensive economic sanctions on Russian banks, Russian high net worth individuals and additional moves including banning all Russian aircraft from UK airspace.
Today, in concert with the United States, we are imposing a full asset freeze on VTB. More broadly, these powers will enable us totally to exclude Russian banks from the UK financial system, stopping them from accessing sterling and clearing payments through the UK.
Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer emphasised that Labour also stood with Ukraine and warned that our support and sanctions will have impacts at home.
We must prepare ourselves for difficulties here. We will see economic pain as we free Europe from dependence on Russian gas and clean our institutions from money stolen from the Russian people.
US President Joe Biden was also busy adding sanctions against Russia and announcing a NATO summit on Friday.
Putin is the aggressor. Putin chose this war. And now he and his country will bear the consequences.
He re-emphasised that US troops wouldn't set foot in Ukraine, but that they will defend any NATO member that comes under attack.
He has much larger ambitions in Ukraine. He wants to, in fact, re-establish the former Soviet Union. That's what this is about.
Thursday was COVID Freedom Day, with no further obligation to self-isolate if you test positive. The celebrations were somewhat overshadowed by the prospect of war in Europe, however. The Queen continues to cancel engagements as she battles COVID, but still with only cold-like symptoms. And in a move that could be a little close to the bone, the Duchess of Cornwall and future Queen consort Camilla has been talking about her plans to continue to support some of her causes even after she becomes Queen. She spoke to Woman's Hour about her charity work, including a focus on domestic violence and protecting support for victims.
I'm going to keep on with these causes. You know, if I start something like this, I'm not going to give up mid-channel. I'm just going to keep going.
You always see yourself giving a voice to these women and keeping going.
I hope I shall be doing it for a lifetime.
Still to come on the Smart 7, not one but 2 red carpet events, and Arsenal grab a last gasp winner right after this. Welcome back.
UEFA plan to move the Champions League final from St. Petersburg in the wake of Russia's attack on fellow UEFA member Ukraine. The decision is expected to be agreed at an emergency meeting on Friday morning, which might also see Russian clubs removed from all UEFA competitions. In the Premier League, Arsenal took on Wolves in a battle between 6th and 7th. Arsenal came away 2-1 winners with a last-gasp 95th-minute goal from Alexandre Lacazette. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta was happy to see his team move up to 5th place with 2 games in hand on Man United.
Yeah, of course, when you win the match and the importance of the match of today in the final minutes after going 1-0 down, which you know what it means against Wolves, that is extremely difficult to overturn that result. We did it in a brilliant way, and it was an important win for us.
Thursday night saw the official premiere of the 6th season of Peaky Blinders. The stars gathered on the red carpet in Birmingham in advance of Sunday's screening of Season 6 on BBC One at 9 p.m. Cillian Murphy, who plays Tommy Shelby, couldn't make the premiere. He's filming a new Christopher Nolan movie in the US, but he says he'll be sad to see the end of the TV series and that we should be prepared for a gothic season.
It was emotional, for sure. But, you know, it's been a big chunk of my life, and I never expected to go on a journey with a character like this.
Creator Stephen Knight says he's already started work on the script for a Peaky Blinders movie and that there's still plenty to learn about Tommy Shelby.
He has his trauma from the First World War, and yet he goes from strength to strength. But what I'm interested in is that on the inside, it's the opposite.
It wasn't just the Peaky Blinders on the red carpet. London saw the official premiere of The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz and a host of supervillains including Colin Farrell and Paul Dano. Robert says it was great to step into a character with so much history.
The legacy of the part, the actors who played it, they've all just been such massive parts of my life and my interest in film and why I wanted to be an actor in the first place. And it was just incredible to be a part of the same coterie.
And Catwoman Zoe Kravitz was very impressed by Rob's ability to become the Batman.
He's such a wonderful actor, so present in all the scenes, and he makes going to work every day very, very easy. And the fact that he was able to completely disappear in terms of when I would see him in the suit, I wasn't thinking about Rob. It was absolutely Batman. It was really, that's really impressive.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.